We really enjoyed our last piece that we're about to perform for you this evening. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is definitely one of the favorite holiday rituals that we all have, getting to come together and watch that awesome cartoon. And we are very, very fortunate this evening to have a Southwest alumni. Mr. Brian Mathis has come in. He's a theater teacher in the area, and he has decided to come and lend his voice to the story as we're playing. We all hope you really, really enjoy this. He is a graduate of 83 from the percussion section. So let's give it up for Brian Mathis. We hope you enjoy the performance. Thank you.
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head was not screwed on quite right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that most likely the reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos. Staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. He knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings. He snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. And then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. He got an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. Then he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. You're a 3-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, nasty skunk. Your heart is full of blood-washed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The 3 words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, stink, stank, stunk. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, giddy up. And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first house in the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two, then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee, and now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. It was 1/4 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh to the Who's, he was Grinchiously humming. They're finding out now, no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two, then all the Who's down in Whoville will all cry boo. That's a noise, Grinch the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound was merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit